Do you have knee pain when you're climbing stairs, when you need to squat and sit deeply, or even just getting up and down from the floor? I have the best yoga poses to help strengthen your knees, so stay tuned. Hi, my name is Arundhati and welcome back to the Aham Yoga channel. In today's practice, we're addressing all things about knee pain. We're looking at a strong leg focused practice, so expect a lot of quadricep work, inner thigh, glute and hamstrings. If you have a block for today's practice, that's always welcome. If not, you'll be fine. All you need to do is just roll out your mat and let's get started. So we're working all the muscles around the knee joint, okay? So a lot of this would be working the front of the thigh, the quadricep muscle, the inner and outer thighs, as well as the hamstring. So to begin, you will need a block. Now, if you don't have a block, it's completely okay. You could practice this pose without the block, okay? Now you stand with your feet shoulder distance apart. Place the block right above your knees in the narrow side facing forward. Now hands can stay on your hips. Now run your feet parallel, toes facing forward. As you inhale, start to bend your knees and push your hips back like you're trying to sit on a chair that's behind you. And just quickly take a peek at my knees. You don't want to lean forward on your knees. You want to draw back in the hips. So you fire up your quads. And then inhale, you straighten up. Okay, if you do this correctly, you will feel your quads right away. As you inhale, sit back, and as you exhale, come to stand. Now, again, inhale, sit back, draw the navel in, drop the tail a little more, and then exhale, straighten up. Now, arms are completely optional. Inhale, arms reach, sit further back, get a little deeper, weight on your heels. You should be able to pick up your toes at this point, and exhale, straighten up. A few more like that. Inhale, reach back, relax the shoulders. The pose is not in your arms, it's really in your quads, your glutes and your hamstrings and thighs. And then slowly straighten up. 3 more like that. Inhale, reach back. We call it Utkatasana, fierce pose. And then exhale, straighten up. 2 more. Inhale, sit further back. Get your thighs parallel to your mat. Again, toes ahead of your knees. And then straighten up. Let's do 1 more here. Inhale, sitting back, soften in your shoulders, and then exhale, straighten up. Now, release the block and bring your feet close together. We're going to try the same pose without blocks. Inhale, this time, bend your knees. It's like you're sweeping your arms to the floor and then lift up. Again, draw the hips back. And as you exhale, straighten the legs out and fold. Let's try that again. Inhale, bend your knees, draw the weight back, keep reaching the hips back, toes should be able to lift. Exhale, folding in. 2 more. Inhale, bent knees, Utkatasana, thighs together, knees together, feet together. Exhale, straighten the legs out and you fall forward into Uttanasana. 1 final one. Inhale, bent knees, take a breath here. And then exhale, straighten the legs out and fold. Inhale, come all the way to stand and hands at your heart center. Now make your way to the top of your mat. A few lunges to work the quads again. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, full fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, bent knees. Lunge back with your left leg. Now, the first thing you want to do is, if you have sensitive knees, put a blanket under your knee or just fold your mat like I did. Now, inhale, lifting up, lunging deep. And as you exhale, just shift back to a quick Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, switch sides. Bring your left foot forward, stack your knee over your ankle and drop the back knee to your mat. Again, stay down with your hands on the mat or lifting up. Inhale here. And then exhale, both hands on your mat. Lift the back knee and step it back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. First side again. Inhale, step your right foot forward. Again, it's a giant step, knee over ankle. Essentially, you don't want to end up here over and over again. Okay, that's too much load for the knee. So knee over ankle, lift up, and as you exhale, both hands on your mat, lift the back knee, step it back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Switch the sides, one final one here, bring your left foot forward. Again, knee over ankle, I can't emphasize that enough. As you lunge, this will build strength on your quad as well as your hamstring. And now, as you inhale, lift the back knee, step it back to downward facing dog. Now inhale, step your right foot forward. We're going into high lunge. You're welcome to stay here. You can even add your blocks here if balance is not your thing in this practice. Lift the back knee, press the front foot. Okay, remember that, press the front foot and then lift up. Arms are your choice. I'm just going to leave the hands on the hips. So you really want to get low so you feel the front of your leg working. And as you exhale, same transition options, downward facing dog here, and a quick switch. So our focus in this strong knees practice is really just on the legs, to be honest. And then lift up, stay here, or lift the back knee, power that back leg up, and then stand tall in your high lunge. Get a little deeper. You should be feeling your quadricep working at this point. And then lunge forward, move your blocks out, and then take down dog again. And switch, one final high lunge here. Take your right foot forward, knee over ankle. So straighten the back leg, lift the back knee. Again, blocks are always welcome. Or you stay up in your high lunge. Roll the shoulders open. It's a really powerful pose. Use the front foot though, so you don't lose your balance. And then coming out and take it back. And one last one. Step your left foot forward. Again, you never want to land here. If you do, just drop the back knee, shift the foot forward, use your blocks or something that resembles a block. Lift the back knee. So full strength in that back leg. Left knee over ankle, stand tall, press your left foot. That's where you get your power from as well. Roll your shoulders open. And then lastly, put both hands down. This time, step to the top of your mat. As you inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, give yourself another fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And hands draw down to your heart center. Now, come to the center of your mat and step both feet nice and wide. As you inhale, reach your arms apart, turn your right toes out, left toes in. You're going into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Now bend the front knee, open the left hip up, okay? Drop the tailbone. You could add your arms, but again, the focus is not so much on our upper body in this practice. It's about getting this quadricep to be really strong. So just working in poses like this will really help build strong muscles around the knees. And then slowly straighten, switch. Right foot comes in, left foot turns out. Now bend the knee. Again, root through the back leg and lower down. Reach your arms apart. Take a breath here. Again, get your thigh bone parallel to your mat here. Equal weight on both legs, though in sensation you'll feel the front leg a lot more. And then come back center and step your legs together. Okay. Now face the front of your mat. We're moving into Warrior 3. Warrior 3 is a single leg pose and it is going to challenge your balance. I highly recommend blocks for this one. I know I will be using them in today's practice. Again, if you don't have blocks, the seat of a chair could work, the wall could also work. Now, as you inhale, reach your arms up. Now, as you exhale, full fold. Come halfway, inhale. Now, step back to down dog. That's where we'll step into Warrior 3 from. Now, inhale, lift your right leg up. Step it through. Bring your right foot forward. Place your hands on your blocks. As you exhale, bend the back knee, shift your weight onto that right leg. Right away, bend the front knee. Keep your hands under your shoulders and roll the left hip down. Drop your head, look at the back foot, make sure you're flexing and pressing back, or between a flex and a point would work. Zip your navel in, and now slowly start to bend the front knee. Again, watch my knee for a moment. You're not leaning forward like this. You're pulling the hips back, trying to find that chair. And then slowly straighten that leg. That's it. Again, bend the knee, take the hips back, keep reaching back. It's like you're tapping the foot at the back, and then straighten up. A few more like this. Bend the knee, keep drawing back. It's okay if it's a small movement. And then lift up. Again, bend the knee. Last one here. And press the right foot to lift up. Now, bend the knee. Tap that left foot down. Place your hands on your mat. Take it back to down dog. It's a very simple move, but it's really effective. Now, raise your left leg up and sweep that left leg forward and through. Press the left foot down as much as you can. Bring your hands on your blocks. Now, bend the back knee as you inhale, and on your exhale, you lift off and you transfer all your weight to the left leg. Right away, bend your left knee. Find a focal point on your mat. That will help with balance. As you press your left foot, drop the head. Look back. If the foot is completely hanging, it's just dead weight. Flex the foot. Wake the whole leg up. Draw the navel in slightly. Now inhale, reach back. Usually, right leg is stronger. For me, the left leg is weaker. And exhale, straighten up. You should let me know which leg is stronger in the comments below. Now bend your knee, reach back, reach back. You'll be tempted to pull out of the pose quickly. Try not to. And then straighten up. Try pressing your heel. 2 more. Bend the knee, reach back, relax the shoulders and straighten up. One last one here. Again, bend the knee, reaching back, back, and slowly straighten up. Now last one, bend the knee, tap that foot down. That went down sooner than I wanted it to. And then find downward facing dog. And drop your knees down. Okay. Now, for the next pose, we're still going to use our blocks. Okay. But I want to show you here on all hands and knees, and then we'll take it up into a balance. Okay. So start like you're doing cat pose. Okay. Now lift your right leg out to the side. If your elbow bends, just go wider on your left arm. Now take your knee behind the left knee and then just lift it back up. I like to call it the fire hydrant pose for obvious reasons, and then bring it back in. Okay, think of your leg as a shrimp tail here, and then bring it back. And then let's do one more. And then take the knee behind the opposite one. And then switch. Okay. Reach your left leg up. And then switch. Almost feel like I'm leaning in this pose. We're going to just let it be because it's not our main focus. But you will feel your glute medius work in this one on the left leg. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale. One final one. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale. Alright, and now come to stand. We're going to do that standing on one leg. Hopefully, we won't fall over. Okay, we'll see. And even if we do, it's not a big deal. We can try again. What this single leg squats will do is it's going to really work the quadricep. Will feel great eventually. Okay, so feet slightly apart, soft bend in your knees. Now you're welcome to use your blocks. Fold forward here. Okay, now bend your right knee, open that right knee up. Yes, as much as you can. Now as you exhale, soft bend in your left knee, and then start to take your right knee behind the left and really squat deep here. and then lift back up. Full straight leg on the left. That's it. Again, bend the knee, go a little deeper, and then slowly straighten back up. We've got 3 more on this side. Again, bend the knee, pull the hips back. Now try to take your knee to your opposite ankle, sitting back, and then come back up. We've got 2 more. Bend the knee, scoot back. I find these more challenging on my left side and a little easier on the right. And then 1 more, bend the knee, shift back, and then straighten up. And then lower that leg and come to stand. Okay, I'm going to turn sides so you can see it from the side. Let's try your second side. Okay, when you're ready, fold forward. Keep the spine long here. I didn't say it on the other side, but really work on that long spine throughout. Now, lift your left leg up. And as you exhale, draw the hips back. Take that knee behind the opposite knee or slightly lower. Again, inhale, lift back. And exhale, draw it down. Find a focal point for your eyes. It will absolutely help. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, draw it back and down. 2 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring it down. Last one. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, bring it down. And now inhale, lift it up and release the leg. Move your blocks out to the side. Take it down, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog pose. Now from downward facing dog, just drop your knees, cross at your shins and sit down. And grab a block. We will use a block, and of course if you don't have a block you could try using a cushion, but I do recommend a block for this particular pose because we're going to work your inner thighs. Place the narrow end of the block right above your knees, just like we did when we were standing. And of course, if you have broader shoulders, you might want to go a little wider on the block. Now, lie back. It's essentially you're doing bridge pose here. Bring your feet close to you. Press your feet down. Lift your hips up. Okay. Roll your shoulders under your back and really give that block a squeeze. So firing up your inner thighs. And then lower your hips down. And then just lift up, lift your feet up, squeeze the block here. You could relax your arms, but really work on squeezing to wake up your inner thighs. And then lower your feet back down, heels stay close to the body. And then as you inhale, lift up in your hips. Again, roll the shoulders under your back. Try to squeeze the block as you lift your buttocks up. And then lower down. And then squeeze the block here. Just really getting your abductor muscles, your adductor muscles working here. And then bring it down. One final one. Inhale, press your feet, lift your hips up, squeeze that block. Take a breath. Again, you won't go super high in this bridge because you're squeezing that block. So good for our inner thighs. And then slowly come down and then squeeze the block here. And then release. Okay. And now roll to your right side and press yourself up into a seat. Okay. All the poses we've done in this practice have worked the front of our thighs, our quadriceps. So we have to stretch them out. Now we'll sit in Virasana, hero's pose on the block. Okay. Bring the ankles close together. You're sitting on a horizontal block. Now lift the chest up, release your right leg in front. Make sure the heel is not lost under your sit bone here. Stand tall, actually sit tall and walk your hands back. For some of you this will be it, but for some of us we may have a little more range. Chin to your chest. And yes, you are absolutely welcome to go all the way down. If you go all the way down, your knee will lift up and that's perfectly okay. That's because the block is right there. you should feel a gentle stretch on the quadricep muscle. And we're just going to let that be. Breathe into it. And if you can bear this sensation of that deep stretch, you should be doing this more often. Take both fingers, and place them on your hip points. Make sure both hip points are even. So you're not rolling off to one side. If you notice you're rolling to one side, the lower side, you need to lift that up with a blanket. To come out of the pose, press your elbows or press your hands and lift up. And then just switch. Release the right leg, take the left leg in. Lift the chest, bend the elbows and take it back. Okay, again, go only as deep as you are comfortable. One quad will always be tighter. There's always one side in our body that's tighter. Take both hands, place the fingers on the hip points. I actually really like this pose. There's something about it that's restful. At the same time, it's a passive lengthening of that quadricep. Sometimes people feel a lot of strain on the ankle, and if you feel that, you should let me know in the comments below, because I can show you another version where we can absolutely take care of that ankle, the top of the foot really bothering people in these poses. Okay. And now slowly come out with control and release your legs. So there you have it. Strong knees in just under 15 minutes. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. Remember to hit the bell icon so you're notified for our next video. And if you have any questions, as always, please leave them in the comments below. I'll see you in next week's practice. Until then, enjoy. Bye-bye.